I'm Stuart Williams, and I'm a lead software developer at RoviSys. RoviSys is a control systems integrator and product development company with a foot planted firmly in the old and the new worlds of technology. Our engineers and developers know proprietary systems. Before joining RoviSys, many of them created some of the most successful large-scale control systems of the last decade. We did this project for Cooley Group. Cooley is a developer, manufacturer, and distributor of waterproofing products sold through customized private label relationships. Cooley services the commercial roofing, recreational vehicle, and underground tunnel and structural markets. RoviSys helped Cooley Group implement its digital transformation initiative with Ignition. We developed a digital troubleshooting guide for Cooley Group to help operators resolve downtime events impacting their OEE. For this project, RoviSys implemented a creative solution that gave Cooley Group exactly what it asked for, yet made it easy to build and configure on its own within the Ignition designer. So this is the troubleshooting guide. Operators can select an area which has experienced trouble, such as being out of spec, not running, etc., and drill down to potential solutions. So if we take a look at the overview screen for the operators, we can see that a few things are out of spec here. And when they are out of spec, they'll have a small indicator next to it, letting the operator know that they're out of spec. And this indicator can be clicked on and open the troubleshooting guide. So if the operator was to click on this icon, it would open up the troubleshooting guide for the specific point that they clicked on. And if you know at the top, there's the troubleshooting guide for barrel zone 5, which is what the operator would have clicked on. And they were having a set point issue on this zone. And so the operator could have selected barrel zone and then set point, and then you would have been met with this screen. And then you can click over set point, which will bring you to this screen, and you can keep going until you get to a green box. And so this green box is what I call an endpoint. These are suggested steps to take to resolve the issue. Notice how there are a couple of icons on the endpoint box. Clicking the document icon will open up a PDF with more information, perhaps the guide of how to replace the thermocouple. And the image icon would open up an image in another pop-up, perhaps the location of where the thermocouple is located on the machine. A potential new feature would be to add a third button of a video icon and use Vision's web browser component to play tutorial or instructional videos on how to perform certain maintenance tasks. At this moment, nothing happens when you click the endpoint box, since it is more of a reference feature instead of a logging feature. And as you navigate through the options, the breadcrumb trail at the top of the pop-up will be appended with your selection, so that way you can keep track of where you're at within the system. And at the bottom right of the pop-up, there are back and reset buttons. Back will take you up one step, and reset will take you all the way back to the beginning of whenever you open the pop-up. And so this is the UDT structure of the endpoints, those green boxes that we have. And as you can see, there are a few components here. And if, let's say, your box doesn't have a document or an image that you want to show, you can just have the has document or has image boxes left empty, and then they won't be displayed. And also the display name property would be the actual label or title of the boxes that you can click on. The coolest thing about this feature is that it uses Ignition's tag structure to provide its options. A folder will show up as a blue box, and the UDTs will be the green endpoints. This allows for very fast loading times and no database or SQL calls. It also allows for users with little Ignition experience to add, remove, or modify this tree because no scripting or SQL knowledge is required. Lastly, changes won't require project updates or saves because the template repeater will read the tag structure every time you click on a button. The next time the user opens up a pop-up or just navigates in it, the changes will be reflected. Knowing that Cooley Group needed a configuration-based implementation that would allow it to create troubleshooting guides on its own, RoviSys approached this project aiming to create a solution that was dynamic, flexible, and required no custom programming in Ignition. RoviSys started the project by first asking Cooley Group to provide examples of what it wanted the troubleshooting guide to look like. Using these examples, which were provided as flow diagrams, RoviSys developed a mechanism to build out the troubleshooting guides by creating folders in the designer. Using a directory-based design, each folder represented a troubleshooting option. The folders could be nested within other folders to build out the entire troubleshooting flow. In each folder, the user could add supplementary troubleshooting information, such as PDFs, images, and documents that would be accessed by clicking on an icon from the troubleshooting screen. The biggest benefit from this project is that the developed solution was so generic and flexible that it could be used for a multitude of different applications. The simplistic and configuration-based solution made it easy to train the customer, which meant it was also easy for the customer to train its own staff.